everyone, welcome to Christian Dating Series. How are you all doing? Thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to the first official episode of the Christian Dating Series. And I said in my last video that this particular series was birthed out of concern and love for people that I see that want to do relationships the right way but are trapped in the wrong mindset, or really trapped with they are Christians, but they are trapped with the worldly mindset on how dating should go. And maybe because dating is actually not a Christian word, but I'm using the word dating today just because I know that's the word a lot of people understand and can familiarize with. So today in this video, I'm going to take my time to really define what Christian dating should be like. So I'm redefining dating to the Christian person, redefining dating to the person who wants to be in relationships or marry with wisdom and not just the way it's been done so far. Yeah, so what is Christian dating? I feel like Christian dating should be a friendship and a relationship guided by God's principles, basically. And that's what I'm going to be explaining, of course, all through this series, because now I said first a friendship because I really don't believe in people just jumping into relationships without first being friends. And I also think that Christian dating should be a friendship because, again, what is the difference between friendship and relationship? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm saying that as Christians, we should date with God's principles in our minds and our hearts, right? So you are friends with this person, you are getting to know them, but mostly what you are doing is ensuring that this person is aligned with God's principles. This relationship is aligned with God's principles, which would also mean that you yourself and your partner is trying to align yourself also with God. What God wants should be your priority, not just how you feel, not just what you are looking forward to. And I feel like people should not get into this space if you are not ready for marriage. I always say this, that if you don't see yourself getting married anytime soon, why not just be friends with people? Why not just maintain cordial relationships? Why do you want to start relationships with people when you are not even ready for marriage and you are just there and you are saying that you don't want it to be called friendship? So what are you doing in there? There are principles in the kingdom as regards dating that would help you to wade away the mistakes that a lot of people are making in the world just because they are not defining these things or getting into it the right way, right, with the right purpose in mind. So in Christian dating, seeking God's mind to know if this person is really, because I feel like I'm talking to Christians now, so I'm going to be talking a lot about what God wants, because we know that our lives should be lived for God, right? We know that everything we do should be in alignment with what God wants for the greater purpose in life. Now, I don't know what made people think or who told people that when you are going to date or marry with what God, with the way or with whoever God wants for you and how God wants it to be, then you won't enjoy it. That's a lie. When God ordained marriage, it was for there's a purpose for marriage, but God had enjoyment in mind, and that is why there is sex there, or had fulfillment, had excitement in mind. So don't think that unless you date out of God's will, you cannot date in happiness or in excitement or have a blissful marriage later that you will enjoy. That's a wrong mindset, and that's one of the mindsets that would have people change their notion about. One of the things that you are supposed to prioritize in a Christian dating relationship is spiritual growth. Now, don't forget that this is a Christian dating series. So ideally, you are supposed to be with somebody that is a Christian, and both of you in this relationship, what are you doing? You're getting to know one another. You are trying to build yourself spiritually, growth. You are growing in the relationship together, because if you are not going to be having sex, what are you going to be doing? You are going to be talking. You are going to be growing. You are going to be engaging in things that can mature you, your personal development, your spiritual development, your emotional development, and every other thing, right? A lot of things can be done in this relationship. And so one of it should be prioritizing your spiritual growth. So you guys are getting to know yourself, but you guys are also getting to ensure that God that you both know is in support of this relationship. That is why it's number one, God-centered. So that you are both Christians is not enough reason to be sure that this is what God wants for each other, right? So you are getting to know, you are asking God. That's why I talked about being led in the previous video, right? You also want to be sure that this is where God wants you to be with this person on the long haul. That's another thing that you guys are both looking forward to. You should be open to know that if this is not what God wants, we are ready and willing to move on to what it is that God wants for us. And that's very, 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 very important. Another thing is you are dating with purpose to marry. Because if you can't honor God in your relationships, you will not be able to honor Him in your marriage. And who is a Christian if you really do not want to honor God with your life and everything that concerns you? Another thing that a Christian dating relationship should be about is about boundaries. You should know your boundaries, have boundaries. And most times when we talk about boundaries in Christian relationships, we are talking about physical intimacy, right? You can build intimacy in every other area, but not physical intimacy just yet in relationships. Also, you are supposed to seek accountability from mentors. A Christian dating relationship is not one that you guys will just know, just both of you. Only two of you are in relationship. Every other person is not aware. You are hiding it. You are being secret about it. I'm not talking about being private now. You are being secret about this relationship. But no, in a Christian dating relationship, ideally, and what is expected is that you are accountable to mentors, accountable to your leaders and your mentors. They should be aware. In fact, before you even begin that relationship, let them know. Let them know, because if you are not accountable, you will not be in check to know that you should do things the right way. It's something that is good for everybody. And don't forget that this is not just going to help you in your relationship life. It will help every area of your life. If you are an accountable person, you are going to most probably do things the right way almost every time. Maybe not every time, but almost every time, because you have people who can call you to caution. So now, how is Christian dating different from secular dating? So one of this is focused. One of the difference is focus. So in as much as most of the time secular dating may prioritize personal happiness and physical attraction, a Christian dating will prioritize spiritual compatibility, and they will prioritize building a relationship that will glorify God. So yes, there's a place for physical attraction. Yes, there's a place for happiness, but that's not your priority at the beginning, because we know that these things will always come. Your priority at the beginning is this relationship accepted by God? Are we building a relationship that is pleasing to God? Another difference, like I mentioned earlier, is intimacy. So for a Christian dating relationship, we are emphasizing emotional intimacy and not physical intimacy just yet, unless in marriage. So we don't want to do, of course, secular dating, they really don't mind. They will even tell you that that's a way to know if somebody is compatible and all that. That is not a belief for a Christian dating relationship, right? We focus here on emotional compatibility, emotional intimacy. Another thing is purpose, right? For Christian dating relationship, there's always a purpose. Oh, I'm getting into this to find a spouse, a person that will be a spouse, right? So you are going into this for a purpose of finding who you can marry, right? But most times for a secular dating relationship, you hear them just say, let's just see how it is going. They really don't have any clear goals as regards to why they are doing it. And that's another major area where there is a sharp difference. Purpose. What is the purpose of this relationship? What is the purpose of our coming together? What is the purpose of our friendship? Then values. Values is another one. Christian dating emphasizes shared faith, shared values, shared beliefs. While secular relationships will just be talking about maybe shared interest or compatibility. We are compatible, or we believe the same thing, we like the same interest. That's deeper. Marriage is deeper than shared interest. There's a place for that, but there's a place of your values. Values should be something that you shouldn't negotiate. Your values, your faith, your beliefs are very, very important at this point. So that's where the emphasis are different. So in essence, Christian dating is about seeking a partner who shares your faith. Very important. So if you're in a relationship or plan to go into a relationship with a person who doesn't have the same faith with you, you are not in a Christian relationship. You are not dating with wisdom, and you will definitely, most probably, not get the right result from it. It's also about building a relationship that honors God. A relationship that honors God is also, in essence, what a Christian dating relationship is like. And thirdly, a Christian dating relationship is potentially leading to a God-centered marriage. So you have a focus and a plan to get married, and so that person you are going to relationship with is a potential person that can translate into you're getting married to them. It potentially leads to a God-centered marriage. So I think that this is what dating in the Christian way should be like and should look like. So I'll come your way next week, of course, beginning with the mindset that are to be changed. So I'll come with mindset that should be changed and what we should replace them with. Look forward to the first mindset. You don't have an idea what this is. See you guys in the next one. If you've gotten here, please like this video, please subscribe to this channel, please share this video to every single person that is wanting to do relationship right, that is confused, that is being that is grumbling, that is in the valley of I don't understand what's happening in this dating phase. Share this video to them and see their relationship journey or life turn around for the better. See you in my next one. Don't forget to let me know what your thoughts are. Write down in the comment section.